Rand Paul seems to have. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I think maybe Rand Paul got some advice, like you've got to be combative with the press, because that will get some of the movement conservatives who think you're a freak. They'll get you. That will get you score some points with them. And also, if you really want to appeal to the mainstream Republicans, you have to show a streak of misogyny. You need to be able to show that you're willing to go head to head with a woman and imply that she's a little bit less than you. You need to have that skill. Now, because I think probably, you got to remember, Rand Paul has this in the back of his head. Rachel Maddow once took me on national television and basically flogged me like a dirty carpet. Hanging on the line, and just got whipped, and all this dust and dirt fell out. That's basically what happened to Rand Paul when he admitted that he wouldn't be in favor of the Civil Rights Act. So he, in the back of his mind, has got to butch up a little bit. So he's got this problem, this ongoing problem, it seems to be, when he gets interviewed by women. Here he is, with the Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie, getting really pissy about the fact he claims that Savannah Guthrie is editorializing when she characterizes a change in his positions, which is about as obvious as night and day, his change in positions. Now, that she's not editorializing as to whether or not it's a legitimate reason to change. He could have just said, hey, facts change, and so I changed my position. I wasn't going to run for president. Now I am going to run for president. But instead, he gets all tisky at her being so uppity. Here, let's hear it.
You have had views in the past on foreign policy that are somewhat unorthodox, but you seem to have changed over the years. You once said Iran was not a threat. Now you say it is. You once proposed ending foreign aid to Israel. You now support it, at least for the time being. And you once offered to drastically cut... Once drastically wanted to cut defense spending, and now you want to increase it 16%. So I just wonder if you've mellowed out.
Why don't we let me explain instead of talking over me, okay? Before we go through a litany of things you...
Now, understand, it was Rand Paul who interrupted Savannah Guthrie here. So he gets, well, you let me explain before talking over me. Well, she's talking over you because you started talking in the middle of when she was talking. That's just basic politeness. But understand that she said, seems to have changed over time. So him getting this pissy, I think on some level is calculated, unless the guy is just off his rocker. I actually think it's calculated. Go ahead.
Say I've changed on. Why don't you ask me a question? Have I changed my opinion?
Have you changed your opinion? That would be sort of a better way
to approach an interview.
Okay.
No.
Is Iran still not a threat?
No. Listen, you've editorialized. Let me answer a question. You ask a question and you say, have your views changed, instead of editorializing and saying my views have changed.
No. Now you don't get to ask the question. No. Remember, this is the same guy who, when he was being interviewed by Kelly Evans on CNBC a month and a half ago, 2 months ago now, did this.
Is to bring money home. There's
let me finish.
Hey, let me finish. Hey, Kelly. Hey,
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Calm down a bit here, Kelly. Let me answer the question.
Man was talking now.
You remember how Zell Miller said he wished that he still lived in a time where you could challenge somebody to a duel? I wish that we still lived in a time where you could duct tape a woman's mouth, force her in a car, and then bring her to a river to worship a fake Buddha deity while you blew marijuana in her face. But I guess we're not in those times anymore, Kelly. But at the very least, you could shut your bitch mouth and allow me to contradict myself in peace. Thank you.
Now,
Constitution.
I just want to make something clear. Michael was just retelling the story of the Aqua Buddha. That Rand Paul is not denied, right? Being involved in it. I had some back in the proclivities at the time.
It was a bizarre
Weird
story. You can look it up.
But look, here's the thing. Rand Paul has these issues. That's not why I would never vote for him. That would be very low on the list of the reasons why I would never vote for him.
It's because you just love the black man, you guilty Jew boy.
It's also hilarious to me to watch Rand Paul back up from all of these positions and the look on the faces of those Ron Paul fans when they realize Rand Paul is just, he's a lie. He's none of the things that his dad was, although probably willing to exploit some of the same sort of mental weaknesses in people. But Rand Paul's in the campaign, so we got to talk about him.